Okay, let's begin. Om Ajnanati Mirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupah Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutpad Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Pancha Kalpatrubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patidanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaur Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaura Tvishe Namaha. We are reading the introduction of Bhagavad Gita. Yesterday we discussed that there are 5 things which are the main topics in Bhagavad Gita. Ishwar means the supreme controller. Jiva, us living entities. Material nature, Prakriti. Time, eternal time, Kal. And the 4th one is Karma. 5th one is Karma. Okay, so these are the 5 topics that are discussed in the Gita. Ishwar, simple definition, supreme controller. Who is Krishna? Jiva, us, living entities. Material nature consists of both us also and the non-living things, whatever you see, moving and non-moving things. And Krishna goes on explaining that material nature is of 2 types. One is higher material nature and one is lower material nature. Higher Prakriti and lower Prakriti. So that higher nature is us human beings, who are the living beings. Living entities are of higher material nature. And non-living things are of lower material nature. Lower material nature is made up of 8 things, Ashtada Prakriti. The 5 basic elements: earth, water, fire, air, and sky. And apart from that, 3 modes of material nature: mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance. This is what constitutes of material nature. So we are all made up of this material nature. We are all made up of this material nature. But we also have a higher energy in us. That is our consciousness. That is what makes us different than the non-living things. A mountain is full of earth. We also have earth particle in us. We are also made out of earth. There is water all around us. Our body also is 70% water because the whole body is full of blood. So the earth element that exists within us, earth is dense. It has density. So the earth element that exists within us is the bones. When the whole body, when we die, the body will decompose. But one thing that remains is bones. And that is there for years together. Billions of years it can be there. So earth When our body decomposes, that our body is made up of these 5 elements, and they will go and mix up in those 5 elements when we die. So earth, bone is made up of earth. So bone remains with earth. Then comes water. When we die, if you see a dead body, how it decomposes, you will see that the water is oozing out. So water in our body, all blood and everything is drying when we die. After our death, I'm talking, okay? The water particles start coming out of the body. And then they evaporate. Water particle mix up in water. Then our body, now water is gone, so it's all hot. Slowly it will start decomposing. If we put it in the earth, dig it, make a grave, it'll decompose there. In Indian culture, we will burn the body. So fire element goes in fire. Air, anyways, it had stopped. Because the air had stopped, that is why we died. And Akash is our consciousness. Afterwards, all this body, it decomposes, and then something is left from that body that comes out. That which comes out from the body is our Atma, our soul. That is us. That soul is surrounded by our subconscious mind. So the body of the soul is our subconscious mind, which we call it as astral body. That subconscious mind has stored all the impressions of whatever we did in our life. And then based on that impressions that is there in the subconscious mind, the desires, the habits, the nature that we accrued in this life, based on that, nature will make an arrangement to give us another body. This is a simple science. Those impressions are called sanskar. This material nature, which is made up of 3 gunas, as I said, mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance. This you will find everywhere in everything. Not only human beings, not only in animals. You look at a cow. Cow is gentle. Sometimes it may be, it may appear like attacking. Sometimes, very rarely. If they feel threatened, they will. Otherwise, normally cows are very gentle. Look at a dog, gentle. So that gentleness is there in the cow. So the most dominant nature of a cow is being gentle. So we will classify it as it is in mode of goodness. It won't go and attack another animal. It will eat grass. So it is generally, we say this animal, which is gentle, which will not attack even another animal, we will classify in the mode of goodness. Their nature is predominantly mode of goodness. Look at a lion. The moment you look at a lion, you feel the fear. It may not attack you, but you feel it. You feel scared. The teeth, the structure, the fierceness. And it won't eat grass. Obviously, it has to attack and it has to eat. That is its nature, the animal's nature, to attack and to eat. So we classify that, fierce, attacking. So it is very active. To attack somebody means how active you will have to be. The lion keeps watching the moment and then goes and takes the opportunity and attacks and then gets his prey. So this nature of active state, of being fierce, being attacking nature, this we classify as mode of passion. Then look at another animal, say a rhino, a hippo. The moment you see a hippopotamus, what do you imagine? Sitting there, lazy, is it not? This kind of animals, their predominant nature is being very lazy. A sloth, being very lazy. So this kind of animals will be classified in the mode of ignorance, tamas. Now, all these modes, nothing is good or bad, understand? When you read Gita, we do not look at the world as good or bad. We only see what is the predominant nature, that's all. So this is like a science. I don't say the cow is better than the tiger or the tiger is better than the hippo. No, no, no. We are not classifying like that. Predominant nature of a cow is being in the mode of goodness. Predominant nature of a lion is in the mode of passion. Predominant nature of a hippo is in the mode of ignorance because it is lazy, it is dull. Now these are animals. Their nature will be their nature. It cannot be changed. Then comes the higher animal, us. We have been given the free will to change our nature. As I told you, some people, most of the people in the world are predominantly in the mode of passion because every day morning you get up, you wake up, you are active, you want to achieve this thing, you are praying on something, you have certain goals to achieve. You go to work, you want to climb up the ladder, you will play politics, you won't mind killing anybody else, to achieve the position that you want. So all these activities that we do will be classified in the mode of passion. Everybody has mode of passion, everyone. We all have. But there are certain natures which are predominant in a person. So some person with whom you will sit there like, they're very Rajasic, somebody like a Donald Trump. Look at his character, so you will know what I mean to say. Somebody like a Vivekananda or Ramakrishna Paramahansa or Paramahansa Yogananda. They are in the mode of goodness. Predominant nature is that. Someone who's a drug addict, a convict, murderer, they are predominantly in mode of tamas. That is mode of ignorance. It doesn't mean, to us, we will say, oh, good or bad. But for nature, it is just nature. Their nature is mode of goodness, their nature is mode of ignorance, and nature is mode of passion. God does not see like that. Understand this. So somebody who's in jail for murdering somebody, he acted at that time for murdering, when he was murdering, he acted in the mode of ignorance. But does it mean that he does not have any goodness in him? He must be having goodness in him. How do we say he's bad? No. He may have good qualities, maybe for his children, maybe for his wife, for his mother, for his friend, somebody. But his predominant nature probably is in the mode of ignorance. Does he have the willpower to change it? Yes, he can be changed. I know of a person who was in jail. He was, they are from New York, from the streets of Brooklyn. So in Brooklyn, there were a lot of gangs. So this kid at a very young age got into a gang. And then he was selling drugs. And because of that, he got into jail. While he was serving his jail time, there were some Jewish preachers who used to come to jail. And this kid was, he was young probably. And then at that time, he got caught up for many felonies because he was a part of the gang. So he served in the jail. He was there in the jail for a long time. And during that time, he met this Jewish parishioner who was coming and preaching. And this Jewish person who met this kid, he taught him a lot of things apart from spirituality, apart from the Bible. He taught him a lot of things about finance and other stuff which a school kid would learn. So this person, during his jail time, he grew up, he turned 18. But by that time, he had learned a lot of things. When he came out of the jail, even though when he went into the jail, he was in the mode of ignorance, whatever acts he did, he was in the mode of ignorance, but he met this person and he learned a lot of things. When he came out, he established a business. And through his business, he wanted to influence young kids who are in wrong company. The same guidance which he got in jail. He learned everything about finance in jail, and he started a financial company, and he takes investments to help kids who are like him. So you see, so this person, even though he was in a mode of ignorance, by a right association, he went slowly into the mode of passion. And in his heart, there is some goodness where he wants to help his society. The kids in Brooklyn streets who are into wrong company, who are into gangs, he really wants to help them. And he's doing his best. He's getting grants, he's getting donations, everything. Started an investment company, give them credit cards. When they come out of the jail, they don't know how to even start, from where to start their life, because they were in jail. So he goes on helping them. I know this person. So this kind of stories are there everywhere. So when God says, oh, human being has a higher nature, higher prakriti. This is what the higher prakriti is, the consciousness, the higher consciousness. We may be in a lower consciousness because of a wrong company, wrong things, but we have the free will, improve ourselves and get into higher consciousness. And what is our higher consciousness? We are part and parcel of God. We are not animals. We are part and parcel of God. Animals don't have that free will. We have the free will. So everybody is acted predominantly by these three natures, material modes of nature, mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance. You see anything in the world, you go to a place, you go to Kashi, Himalayas, Ganges. The name itself makes you feel spiritual, is it not? The images you might not have visited, but the images will make you feel spiritual. You think of churches in Italy. You think of temples in India, or any temple in your place. The name itself of those places will make you spiritual, feel spiritual. So these places are full of mode of goodness, predominantly. It's not as if, it is not like crime is not happening in those areas. It is happening. But this place, the nature of this place is predominantly mode of goodness. If I say Las Vegas, casinos, bars, strip bars, immediately your mind will say, oh, so this place is predominantly in mode of ignorance and as well as bit of passion, drugs, all of this openly. If I say New York, Mumbai, London, predominantly mode of passion. People are working hard to make money, to grow. So every place also has its own nature, mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance. Every fruit, every plant like we say Tulsi. Tulsi is offered to Lord Krishna. Bilva Patra, it's offered to Lord Shiva. These leaves are they have very good qualities. Neem, very good qualities. They are predominantly in the mode of goodness. If I say marijuana, it will only intoxicate you. So, mode of ignorance, things which are intoxicating. Then there are leaves which will help you increase your passion. People are turning old and then they want to have such medicines where they still want to feel younger. So those leaves, those Ayurvedic herbs, they're all in the mode of passion. So in nature, also, you will find things like this. Everything, wherever you move your eyes, We are surrounded by material nature. We are surrounded by these 5 elements plus the 3 modes: mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance. In Sanskrit, this is called Satvik, Rajsik, Tamsik. So this sums up Prakriti. This is Prakriti. This is material nature. Animals and other things are in the lower ones. We have a higher nature. We have a higher consciousness because we are part and parcel of God. All right. So let's read the whole thing that I explained you. Material nature itself is constituted by 3 qualities: the mode of goodness, the mode of passion, the mode of ignorance. Above these 3 modes, there is an eternal time. And by combination of these modes of nature and under the control and purview of eternal time, there are activities called the karma. These activities are being carried out from time immemorial, and we are suffering or enjoying the fruits of our activities. For instance, suppose I am a businessman and have worked very hard with intelligence and have amassed a great bank balance. Then I am the enjoyer. But then say, I have lost all my money in the business. Then I am a sufferer. When I had the money, I enjoyed. Now it is lost. So I'm suffering. Similarly, in every field, we enjoy the results of our work or we suffer the results. This is called karma. So based on our nature, the time, we do certain activities. Like I gave the example of this person whom I know. When he was young, he was in a company which made him do things which was not right. And he had to suffer because of that, go to the jail. His karma, he had to go to the jail. But when he went to the jail, it may seem that he's serving jail time, but the time was right for him. And he got the company of this Jewish person. And then he came out and he's doing good stuff. So this is his karma. So what karma is doing now? Not only he's going to enjoy, the others are also going to enjoy because of his good intentions. So simple, this is what the philosophy of karma is. Based on your nature and based on the time, you take certain actions and those actions will bring results in the future. Either you will enjoy or you will suffer. This is the cycle of karma. Now, Ishwar, the Supreme Lord, and Jiva, the living entity, Prakriti, nature, Kal, eternal time, and karma are all explained in the Bhagavad Gita. Out of these 5, the Lord, the living entities, material nature, and time are eternal. The manifestation of Prakriti may be temporary, but it is not false. Some philosophers say that manifestation of material nature is false, but according to the philosophy of Bhagavad Gita or according to the philosophy of Vaishnavas, this is not so. The manifestation of the world is not accepted as false, it is accepted as real, but temporary. It is likened unto a cloud which moves across the sky, or the coming of the rainy season, which nourishes the grain. As soon as the rainy season is over, and as soon as the cloud goes away, all the crops which were nourished by the rain dry up. Similarly, this material manifestation takes place in a certain interval, stays for a while, and then disappears. Such are the workings of Prakriti. But this cycle is working eternally. Therefore, Prakriti is also eternal. It is not false. The Lord refers this to as my Prakriti, his nature. This material nature is separated energy of the Supreme Lord, and similarly, the living entities are also the energy of the Supreme Lord, although they are not separated but eternally related. So the Lord, the living entity, the Lord, the living entity, the material nature, and time, they are always existing. They are always there. They are not changing. Only thing that changes is our karma. That's it. But these four factors will always be there. The effects, they're all interrelated. These four factors or these five factors are always interrelated. So the Lord, the living entity, material nature, and time are all interrelated and they are all eternal. However, the other item, karma, is not eternal. The effects of karma may be very old indeed. We are suffering or enjoying the results of our activities from time immemorial, but we can change the results of our karma. This is the freedom that Gita teaches us. You might be suffering for whatever you have done in the past, but you have the power to change your future. You can change these results. This is what Gita teaches. We can change the results of our karma or our activity, and this change depends on the perfection of our knowledge. We are engaged in various activities, undoubtedly. We do not know what sort of activities we should adopt to gain relief from the actions and reactions of all these activities, but this is also explained in Bhagavad Gita. So, when we learn the science, especially this Karma Yoga, Krishna starts with soul, then he goes Karma Yoga, because these are very important topics. We are souls trapped in this body. Krishna says this body is material nature, forget about it, you are higher beings. But then we say, oh, we are higher beings, then why are we suffering? Krishna says, you did some karmas in the past, that's why you're suffering. Oh, I did some karmas in the past, but Krishna, I'm doing it now also. Then what? I'm going to suffer in the future? Krishna, this cycle is not going to end. No, it will end. I'm teaching you. Hold my hands. Surrender all your karmas unto me. I'll take care of it. Don't worry. This is what he has said. So easily he has said it. Only difficulty is we accepting it. We don't accept. Because somewhere we feel we are the doer. When we truly start feeling Krishna is a doer and Krishna has given us some guidelines in Bhagavad Gita, all we have to do is follow that guidelines. That's it. Life is very simple. When we leave this world, very simply we have lived, enjoyed, and freed ourselves from all the reactions. There is a shloka which we say in the end of every prayer. Kayena vacha mansendriyerva. Kayena vacha mansendriyerva. Buddhyatmana va prakriti svabhava. Karomi yadyat sakalam parasmai. Narayanayeti samarpayami. After every prayer, we will say this. What it means? This shloka is from Srimad Bhagavatam. It says, Kayena vacha, kayen means with this body, with my speech organs, and through my mind. Whatever actions I have done from my body, from my mind, from this body, from this speech. Kayena vacha manasendriyerva buddhyatmana va prakriti svabhava. Or whatever karmas I have done because of my intelligence, because of my mind, and because of my predominant nature. I may be in sattvic, guna, tamsik, rajasic, whatever it is. Because of my predominant nature. Oh my Lord, I surrender it to you. This is how the prayer is. Namajia is asking where I can find that mantra. Please let me know what I can say in the class. I will give you the mantra later and I'll send it to you. But in simple English language, all we say is, Oh Lord Narayana. Narayana is Krishna. Oh Lord Narayana, oh Krishna, whatever actions I did today by my mind, organs, sense organs, my speech, my intelligence, my logic, and because of my nature, whatever I have done, oh my Lord, I surrender it to you. And by doing this, we are freed. This is a simple thing. Krishna has very clearly said, who is Krishna? I'm saying this, you are listening it, but to trust this is very hard. Very hard. That easy? How can things be so easy? We are so conditioned to accept things that are tough. Our life is tough. We have been conditioned like that. If you want to pass in the exams, you have to study hard, study hard, study hard. You have to be a topper. You have to get good grades. If you have to get good, you have to succeed in your job, play politics, do whatever. You have to work hard, work hard, work hard. This is what we have been taught from childhood. Work hard. And then play harder politics in game. But so our mind is so conditioned to accept, if living is so hard, then finding God must be much more harder. But in spirituality, it's the other way around. Maybe living is harder, but finding God is the easiest. You don't have to find him. He's with you in your heart. Your eyes, your senses, everything is looking outside. The day you turn inside, he's there, waving his hand. Hi. That's Krishna. He's there talking to you. Whatever you're reading in the Bhagavad Gita, he'll start speaking to you. Always there. In the world, you will have to go and wander here and there. But to find God, go inside. You go inside, you find him in your heart. You find him in your mind. You open your eyes, you see him everywhere. In every person, in every situation, good or bad, distress, happiness, everywhere. It's only his leela, his pastime. You will dance in joy, even in the most stress situation. That is God. You don't have to. This is the most easiest thing to achieve. Everything else is hard. All right. So, what I taught you, Namaja, simple thing we have to say with 100% faith that, oh my Lord, whatever actions I have done by my sense organs, by my mind, by my speech, by my nature, I surrender it unto you. In this way, we are freed from all the reactions. Okay. Here you go. The position of Ishvara, the Supreme Lord, is that of supreme consciousness. The jivas or the living entities, being part and parcels of the Supreme Lord, are also conscious. Both the living entity and material nature are explained as Prakriti. We are also Prakriti, and the nature around us is also Prakriti. Okay. Both the living entity and material nature are explained as Prakriti, the energy of the Supreme Lord, but one of the two, the Jiva, is conscious. We are conscious beings. The other Prakriti is not conscious. That is the difference. Therefore, the Jiva Prakriti is superior because the Jiva has a consciousness which is similar to the Lord. The Lord is supreme consciousness. However, one should not claim that Jiva, the living entity, is supremely conscious. The living being cannot be supremely conscious at any stage of his perfection, and the theory that he can be so is a misleading theory. Conscious he may be, but he is not perfectly or supremely conscious. The distinction between Jiva and Ishvara will be explained in the 13th chapter of Gita. Whatever we are learning now, we will go in much detail in chapter 13. The Lord is Kshetrajna, conscious as is the living being. Kshetra means field of activities. So our body in which we are living is like a field. In this body, We are living, we are the soul. We are living in this body. Even though we say this body is mine, I am this body. No, 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 no. This body is just an outer covering. It's a field in which I am living. And I am doing some activities using this body. So this body has two owners. This field of activity, this body is like a field of activity. It's like a field. It's a playground. And a lot of activities happening in this body. Even if you sit still, there is still some activity happening. Krishna says, not even a single second you will be without doing karma. Nahi kaschit chanamapi jatu tishtati karma krit. Somebody may say, oh, I just don't want to suffer the reactions, so I will stop doing actions. It's not possible. As long as you're in this body is a field of activity. It will keep doing something or the other. In sleep, you think you're not doing, but you're doing some activity even in sleep. If I sit, I don't want to talk, but I'm breathing. Am I not? I'm seeing. Am I not? If I see something, apparently I'm not doing any karma, but I'm doing some karma. I'm seeing. The moment I see something, those impressions are getting in my subconscious mind. I may close my eyes. I don't want to see anything. From my ears, I'm hearing something. How are you going to close the ears? Okay. You close the ears with your finger. You did a karma right now. Then you'll say, okay, now I close my ears. Now I close my eyes. Now I'm not doing any karma. You're breathing. And if there is some good food cooking somewhere, the smell will go in your mind. We'll crave for it. And if even with our mind, we are creating karma. So every second, we are creating karma. Every second. And this is what Krishna said. Not even a single second will happen when you can claim, I have not created a karma. You are creating a karma every second. So how do I get rid of the reactions? Krishna says, surrender into me. That's all. He says, this is a field of activity. In this field of activity, there are two owners. One is you, the soul, the Atma, and one is me, the super soul. If you look at me, and if you take the guidance from me, you're like, God, I can't hear you internally. Talk loudly. Okay, read the Gita then. I've spoken very loudly to everybody. Read the Gita. So, in this field of activity, this is called Kshetra. In this, there are two owners. One is our soul, who we are living in this body, and one is the super soul, Paramatma, who is Krishna. He is also living with us always. When they both are called Kshetragnya. Both are called Kshetragnya. Kshetragnya means owner of the body. This thing that I'm talking, we will understand it more in detail when we reach chapter 13. For now, this body is a field of activities. There is a Kshetragnya. Main Kshetragnya is Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna is the Kshetragya or owner of all bodies. Sri Krishna is the owner of not only living beings, he is the owner of the non-living things also. We, as Kshetragnya, are only the owner of our body, only a owner of our part and parcel of the land where we are living. That's all. We are conscious living beings, but only conscious about ourselves. Our consciousness cannot expand as much as Bhagwan's consciousness is. So that is why they say quality-wise, yes, we are one, but quantity-wise, we are not as conscious as Bhagwan. Some people say, this world is unreal. This world is false. Brahma, Satyam, Jagat, Mithya. But we don't say, we Vaishnavas say, no, this world is also real. Only thing is, everything that is happening is temporary. It comes, it goes, it comes, it goes, it comes, it goes. It is not unreal. Things are happening. They are real. Why they are real? Because Bhagwan says, this material nature is my energy. If material energy is his energy, he is real. So how come his material energy is unreal? It is there. He is real. His material energy is real. Material nature is real. The games that is being played here in this field of activities, they are also real, but they are temporary. That's the only difference in the philosophy. All right. Let's go to the next one. The distinction between Jiva and Ishvara will be explained in the 13th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. The Lord, Kshetrajna, conscious, as is the living being, but the living being is conscious of his particular body, whereas the Lord is conscious of all bodies. Because he lives in the heart of all living being. He is conscious of the psychic moments of the particular jivas. We should not forget this. It is also explained that Paramatma, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is living in everyone's heart as Ishvara, as the controller, and that he is giving directions for the living entities to act as he desires. The living entity forgets what to do. First of all, he makes a determination to act in a certain way. And then he is entangled in the actions and reactions of his own karma. After giving up one type of body, he enters another type of body. And as we take off and put on clothes, as the soul thus migrates, he suffers the actions and reactions of his past activities. These activities can be changed when the living being is in the mode of goodness, insanity, and understands what sort of activities he should adopt. If he does so, then all the actions and the reactions of his past activities are changed. Consequently, karma is not eternal. Therefore, we stated that 5 items, Ishvara, Jiva, Prakriti, time, and karma, 4 are eternal, and karma is not eternal. Let me take, Raris has written something. Jai Ma, Jai Guru, Guru Ma, question, did I understood correctly? It says that we cannot enter or have the supreme awareness. We can achieve states above gunas, nirvikalpa and such. Even if we get a glimpse of the supreme awareness, is it possible that our physical body cannot endure it? No, we can get supreme awareness. But what it means to say is, we are aware of only ourselves. But we cannot be aware of somebody else. I can be a mind reader. Okay, I'm telling you. When you are spiritually growing, your psychic abilities grow. You can read others' mind. But I can only read certain parts of you. I cannot read everything of you. That shows that even though I am, my awareness is higher than yours, but still, it can only go to a little part, not everything. Little part I can tap, but not everything. But with Krishna, it is not the same thing. He is in every body. We both are Sachidanand. As soul, I am also Sachidanand. I am also supremely conscious. He is also supremely conscious. But I am conscious of my body. I am not conscious of your body. You are conscious of your body. But Krishna is conscious of my body. And Krishna is also conscious of your body. When through this body only we meditate, we reach to the supreme consciousness. Yes, we do. We are in touch with that supreme Brahman experience. But even then, we cannot go and change anybody else's destiny. We are supremely conscious. We are aware. And the realization is, I was always part of him. Always part and parcel of him. But I am just like the drop in the ocean. He is the ocean, I am a drop. That realization will always be there. Qualitatively, yes, I will realize him. Other person who has realized him will also realize him qualitatively. But his identity is his identity, my identity is my identity. Our identities don't become one. He is also Sachidanand Vigraha. I am also Sachidanand, but God is God. When we talk about supreme awareness, so this is the various stages of liberation. Again, I'm going to make it very clear. People talk, first stage of liberation is going to the Brahma Jyoti, first stage. And they say, oh, I realized the supreme consciousness. I am supremely aware. This person also realized supreme consciousness. He is also supremely aware. And what they are talking about commonly is about the Brahma Jyoti, about the light that they are seeing and the joy that they are experiencing. But that is an experience that they are getting. But their identities are not merging. Their identities are as it is. Their supreme awareness is stuck in that Brahma Jyoti level. So they are all there. But from where has that Brahma Jyoti come? They are all there. Their mind awareness, everything is in the Brahma Jyoti level, stuck there. You are there for a long time. Every time you get that experience, you are there, you will be like, okay, I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying. Somebody else is also enjoying. He's also tapping onto that. Both of you are there for a long time, enjoying. Then you come back to the body and you talk. Oh, I enjoyed that. And I also enjoyed that. Oh, it is the same quality. Oh, the way I enjoyed, you also enjoyed. Yes, the same quality. Then there is a third person who will come and say, but do you guys know from where the Brahma Jyoti is coming? Now these two persons, from where is it coming? How do you know? Oh yeah, it is coming from the creator who created everything. Oh, from his planet. So beyond Brahma Jyoti, there's another planet. Yes. How do I reach there? Then from there starts the Bhakti Yoga path. You can reach there, be there. When in Gita, God says, you are my part and parcel. Come to my dham, come to my abode. This is what is meaning. Don't just get stuck onto the light that is coming from my toenails. Come to my place. My place, that is your place. Come and play. Do all the whatever pastimes you're doing with me here, you'll do it there. This, what I'm saying, a hint of this is given in chapter 15 in the Gita. All right. Rares says, after I have read Bhagavad Gita many times when I was very young, I had the impression that I was just a puppet somehow. Yes, we are. That somehow there is an invisible wire connecting me with a higher being, and all the people are the same also. Yes. Somehow, can we call our true face to be Krishna? Yes, you can. And through that invisible wire, impulses of divine nature are sent. It's like Krishna calls us through those impulses. Yes. It's like our Prakriti is Radha. Yes. We are all Prakriti. And Krishna is calling Radha to him. Yes. Is this understanding valid? Yes. We are all Prakriti. We are all Prakriti. That is the real understanding. As I told you, what are we made of? What is this body made up of? 5 elements. And that 5 elements is 5 elements and three modes of nature. This is our body, this is us. And these 3 modes of nature and these 5 elements are nothing but Prakriti. By Prakriti, our Prakriti is going down, our nature is going down in the world. But the same Prakriti, we are higher Prakriti. Krishna says we are higher Prakriti, we are higher nature. Our mind should not be going down, it should be going up. Things, it's a natural thing. As I told you, when you look at the plants, when the plant sprouts, it gets its energy from the sun. So naturally it is pulled towards the sun. A river is pulled towards the ocean. That's a nature. a part and parcel will be pulled towards the whole from where it belongs to. So river, wherever it is, it may be in the top of the Himalayas, it will fall down from there, become Ganges, come and go to the ocean in somewhere else, Ganga Sagar. That's the nature of a river. Fire element. When you light fire on the ground, the fire element goes up. Why? Because fire element belongs to the sun. So fire is just a part and parcel. It has the heat. But when you light it up, it is burning up because it wants to touch the sun. Water element, even though it is up, it will fall down because all rivers want to go and mix in the ocean. That's the natural direction. Even if it evaporates, it will become the cloud, again fall down and go and mix in the ocean. This is the nature. Air is everywhere. This is the nature. Sky is everywhere. This is the nature. So we are, as I told you, fire is a part and parcel of the sun, so it is going up. Water is part and parcel of the ocean, it is coming down. We are part and parcel of Krishna. We are conscious being, part and parcel of the supreme conscious being. So of course, we have to go towards the supreme conscious being. That is our real nature. We have to know. So when we start meditating, we go to that first experience, our supreme conscious nature, our higher nature. And then when you write here, can we call our true face to be Krishna? Yes, our true face is Krishna. There are 5 types of liberation. When you are on the spiritual path, I have explained this. I'll explain it again and again, many times. First, as I said, you experience your supreme nature, your Atman, your pure soul, your lighter beings. You are always pure. You were never impure. What was impure was your subconscious mind. But you, as soul, always pure. When you realize that purification, that you are pure, then comes the next. You are part and parcel of Lord. Who is that Lord? Lord Krishna. That is mentioned in the books. You will call him Lord Krishna. It becomes easier to call him Lord Krishna. You can call him with your name also. My beloved. I call him my beloved. In Vrindavan, we call him Priya Priyatam. My beloved. That is our name for him. Shyama Shyam. That's our name for him. But for the sake of easiness, we'll say Krishna. So we are going to Krishna's planet. The next level, we cross this purified level, and then we make a relationship with him, and we go to Krishna's planet. When we go to Krishna's planet, we all look the same. We all look bright. We have the same beauty because we are all pure souls. Anybody who has gone till there is a pure soul. His consciousness is purified completely. And then you are going to Krishna's planet. So all the opulences that is there belongs to you. You are always owner of these opulences because you are Krishna's part and parcel. Krishna is God. Krishna is everything. All the opulences belong to you. You are as beautiful as Radharani. You are serving him closely. You are experiencing him to be closer to you. Unlike now, where you experience him for some time and then he vanishes away. Not now. He does not play hide and seek like he is playing here. There he is always available. So yes, all this, what I'm saying, is there. So you are part and parcel of Krishna. You are Krishna's, 100%. That is right. Thank you for loving patience. Aman writes, Ma, sometimes I feel like picking a fight with God. Yeah, fight. No, he loves it too. For making so many paths, deities, experience, etc. and confusing. No, it is not confusing. It is play. It is game. When you play video games, how many paths they make, and then you will want to figure it out. Sometimes people go so crazy playing the game, they lose sleep because they want to know. They want to reach the end of the game. Video games. This is God's real game, video game. Play it. Fight with him. He loves fighting. Bhishma Pitama, he wanted to fight with Krishna. Bhishma Pitama is the most bravest archer there. Who will fight with Bhishma Pitama? Who can defeat him? And his biggest desire was to fight with Krishna. Bhishma Pitama, he is the one who spoke the Vishnu Sahasranam to Yudhishthir. The Vishnu Sahasranam that we read has come from Bhishma Pitama. He knows who Krishna is. And he wants to fight with Krishna. And that's why we say, oh, he went to the party of the Kauravas because he knew, if I'm in the party of Kauravas, then Krishna will be standing in front of me and I'll fight with him. That's my heart's desire. He loved Krishna so much. And Krishna knew this. And in the war of Kurukshetra, even though Krishna had said, I will not pick up any weapon, he knew his heart's desire, right? Bhishma's. Just to enact that, he picks up the wheel and then goes and he wants to hit Bhishma. And that time Arjuna comes. Arjuna says, please, Krishna, stop it. You're not here to pick up any weapon. Just leave it. But Bhishma, when he sees that, he feels happy. He's like, now I can die peacefully. I will lose the battle. They can throw as many arrows on me. I'm happy. Now, the God whom I loved picked up his weapon for me. He broke his pratigya for me. I'm very happy. Now I can be on the bed of arrows. And after that, he loses. Nobody can make Bhishma lose. Only God can. So yes, if somebody wants to fight with him, he loves fighting. He will fight with you. He will talk with you. He'll give you everything. And he enjoys the game with you. Play the video game nicely with him. Game of life. All right. Only my Guru is the one on my side helping me understand all this, Jai Guru. But yes, amazing game. Yes, it is amazing game. It's very beautiful. And it's not complicated. It's very easy. When you read the Gita, first time you're reading it, the more deeper you go, 2-3 times you read it, it'll become very easy. Like, Aman, few years ago, some person came to me, they had so many questions. And then I told them, please read Gita. So, the usual reluctance is there for Gita. But then I was like, no, if you really want to understand, please read Gita with me. Just give me some time, just read. And then that person read it once, then second time, then third time. Now that person is teaching others. That is beauty of Gita. He is the final Guru. All right, 10:33, time is already up. So we will end it up here. And then we will meet next Thursday for Bhagavad Gita class. Any more questions? All right. Okay, Namajya. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next Thursday. Jai Ma. Jai Krishna. Hari
Thank
Bol.
you, Ma.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.